G'day, this is Captainoob and I've went ahead and made another companion mod, and as you can tell there, here's Raine. She's the companion. Now, she's a raider character that I've played with when testing a few weapons before, and yeah, so I've turned her into like a raider companion. Now when you find her, she's in quite a predicament, and where you'll find her is just here. For reference on the map, there's Sanctuary Hills, Vault 111 there, and this is exactly where you find her. I don't think I could make that any clearer, so there you go. You will find her in chains there, and yeah, you'll get a little bit of a backstory when you talk to her, but for simplicity's sake and for non-spoiler sake, we'll just go ahead and pick her up, and then I'll show you what she can do. Okay, we're outside of Gunner's Plaza. We've got Raine with us, and what she can do is she can draw a weapon with you. That's what all companions do. She crouches with you. You can go ahead and command her, tell her to go over there. That's nice. And then get her to stay if you feel like it. But you can also get her to follow you back. Just all the basic stuff. And once you get into some of this combat outside of Gunner's Plaza here, yeah, you can tell that she uses the Raider voice lines, which means she's a little bit less of a mute than Winter and Matilda was, which is kind of good. And we'll just get her to try to engage some of these other gunners. In fact, you know what? We'll take out some of these machine guns just so they don't perma-stagger her to death. And Raine, you might as well get in there.
On her.
And if we can just get her nice and close, what she does is she dynamically switches weapons between the knife and her repeater there, depending on how close the enemies are. Now, this repeater of hers, which I've got in my hand, is just a standalone weapon this mod adds. You've got her version, which is on her at all times, and you've got just a playable version, which you can grab yourself. It also comes with just an altered handmade sniper rifle, and obviously this is going to require the Nuka World DLC to have. This thing is unmodifiable, but it's basically its damage is tuned up to the point where, yeah, you can get a lot of damage with it. It's an actual sniper rifle type weapon, and of course it comes with Raine's cutlass there, which is like the mix of a combat knife with the handle and the Disciple's cutlass there, so it's kind of good. Anyways, let's see if we can get Raine to use her knife.
Time's up, bitch.
Alright, Raine, let's go. So, there we go. She's using a rifle there. She's going... Okay, she's engaging that one. Okay, she's brought out a knife. She's going to go ahead and kill someone with the knife, probably. Get him, Raine. Get him. So, there we go. She's hitting him, and obviously there's a little bit of bleed damage, as you can see from the numbers that show up. Yeah, and she's pretty handy with a knife. That's kind of good. And once they're just out of reach of her knife, she'll switch over to her pipe repeater again and do that. Now, as you may have noticed, the pipe repeater's got the combat rifle scope and the deliverer suppressor, so yeah, that's just more of a modified thing, but that is about it for these weapons. They do pretty good damage. I made them just a little bit more enhanced than the regular pipe pistols and rifles and all of that, but at the same time they're not completely overpowered, so hopefully they should give you a good balance and maybe a little bit of a nice pipe rifle to use at the end game, which is nice obviously because Raine has it. You're probably going to need it for the end game. Anyway, to get these weapons, what you need to do is simply grab the key that is around here. I've already grabbed it, so yeah, I can't really show you picking it up, but you're probably smart enough to figure out what to do there, and then you can unlock this chest with it, which contains the combat knife, the sniper, and the repeater there. So all of that content is there for you to have right at the start as you pick up Raine. Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, and some of us play on PS4, which, yeah, it's needs a little bit of compromise to actually get that to work. So we're going to switch to an alternate universe where we have no scripting here for Raine, and we have to go on a little bit of a workaround to do that. And make sure if you're playing on PS4 you can follow basic instruction. It's not going to be very advanced, but I'm not going to be responding to comments that saying this doesn't work with no explanation to it, because that just kind of irritates me. So make sure you follow these instructions to the letter and you can have yourself a companion on the PS4. So let's get to it. Okay, so for the PS4 version of this, what you need to do first is download a mod called Followers Extended. Link will be in the description there. And what is that Radstag doing over here? Get out of here. And you'll find a little ammo box here at Red Rocket under this thing, which contains some of these recruit rings. Pick one up and then you're free to move on to Raine. Then all you need to do is just go through a dialogue until you get to the trade menu. Then you just
wanna
open
trade a
up
few
the
things.
trade menu, and then she'll just say, here's what I have. And then you're free to chuck in that recruit ring. And once that has been sort of attached to her, congratulations, you have yourself a companion. She'll draw your weapon when you do and put it away when you do. If I could just do that real quickly and crouch along with you. Now, it's worth mentioning again, if you haven't seen my other videos on it, that this thing does have compromises to it. Obviously, it's hard to sort of, you can't actually dismiss them when you've got them like this. They'll still sort of follow you around, but if you go ahead and fire on them, yeah, that'll be a problem. And a good way to test whether they're still in companion mode is just teabag, and if they just go invisible or teabag with you. And yeah, sometimes she likes to go back on the shackles. Raine, get out of there.
Over here.
Yeah, it's a good idea just to go ahead and teabag just to test whether they are actually your companion. If they aren't doing it with you and they still have the companion ring sort of on them, all you need to do is just unequip it, then re-equip it, and then she should work fine. If you want to get rid of her for good, I just suggest just uninstalling the mod and then reinstalling on a clean save if you feel like having her back. But there you go, that was the Raine companion there. It's a pretty bare bones thing, but obviously if I'm developing mods for PS4, there's got to be some limitations there. But I do hope you enjoy her if you go ahead and decide to download her, and make sure you take that bloody color off, because she doesn't look very happy with it on, does she? But yeah, you can use her along with my Winter companion Matilda and Bridget companion, and have 4 of these followers at once, which would probably be completely overpowered but fun at the same time. So yeah, that should be fun. Don't even think about going on those shackles again, Raine. That's kind of weird. But there you have it. That was my newest companion mod, Raine. Hopefully she serves you well in combat if you decide to download it. And thank you very much for watching, guys. And okay, Raine, we're gonna have to have a talk about this.